Welcome to the Ultimate Terraform Associate Exam Masterclass. Are you ready to crack the Terraform Associate exam in one go? You're in the right place. In this session, we'll arm you with powerful insights and hand-picked questions that can make all the difference in your exam performance. We've scanned the web using intelligent crawlers to gather the most critical and high-impact questions, all compiled into one powerful PDF resource. You can download it from the link in the description. Not only will we explore these must-practice questions, but we'll also share real exam experiences and pro tips to give you that competitive edge. Let's dive into the key questions that could shape your success. Question 1. How is the Terraform remote backend different than other state backends such as S3, console, etc.? A. It can execute Terraform runs on dedicated infrastructure on premises or in Terraform Cloud. B. It doesn't show the output of a Terraform apply locally. C. It is only available to paying customers. D. All of the above. Correct answer A. It can execute Terraform runs on dedicated infrastructure on premises or in Terraform Cloud. Explanation: Terraform Remote Backend allows remote execution of runs in Terraform Cloud or Enterprise. Other backends like S3 only store state files and do not support remote execution. Question 2. What is the workflow for deploying new infrastructure with Terraform? A. Terraform plan to import the current infrastructure to the state file, make code changes, and Terraform apply to update the infrastructure. B. Write a Terraform configuration, run Terraform show to view proposed changes, and Terraform apply to create new infrastructure. C. Terraform import to import the current infrastructure to the state file, make code changes, and Terraform apply to update the infrastructure. D. Write a Terraform configuration, run Terraform init, run Terraform plan to view planned infrastructure changes, and Terraform apply to create new infrastructure. Correct answer D. Write a Terraform configuration, run Terraform init, run Terraform plan to view planned infrastructure changes, and Terraform apply to create new infrastructure. Explanation: This is the correct order for provisioning: write config, initialize, plan, and apply. Terraform init sets up the working directory before planning or applying changes. Question 3. You run a local exec provisioner in a null resource called null_resource.run_script and realize that you need to rerun the script. Which of the following commands would you use first? A. Terraform taint null_resource.run_script. B. Terraform apply target equals null_resource.run_script. C. Terraform validate null_resource.run_script. D. Terraform plan target equals null_resource.run_script. Correct answer A. Terraform taint null_resource.run_script. Explanation: Terraform taint marks the resource for recreation during the next apply. It ensures the provisioner runs again as part of the recreation. Question 4. Which provisioner invokes a process on the resource created by Terraform? A. Remote exec. B. Null exec. C. Local exec. D. File. Correct answer A. Remote exec. Explanation: Remote exec connects to the provisioned resource and executes commands remotely. It's typically used to configure VMs after creation. Question 5. Which of the following is not true of Terraform providers? A. Providers can be written by individuals. B. Providers can be maintained by a community of users. C. Some providers are maintained by HashiCorp. D. Major cloud vendors and non-cloud vendors can write, maintain, or collaborate on Terraform providers. E. None of the above. Correct answer E. None of the above. Explanation: All the listed statements about providers are true. Terraform has a flexible provider ecosystem. Question 6. What command does Terraform require the first time you run it within a configuration directory? A. Terraform import. B. Terraform init. C. Terraform plan. D. Terraform workspace. Correct answer B. Terraform init. Explanation. Terraform init initializes the configuration directory. It installs providers and sets up the backend. Question 7. You have deployed a new web app with a public IP address on a cloud provider. However, you did not create any outputs for your code. What is the best method to quickly find the IP address of the resource you deployed? A. Run Terraform output IP_address to view the result. B. In a new folder, use the Terraform_remote_state data source to load in the state file, then write an output for each resource that you find the state file. C. Run Terraform state list to find the name of the resource, then Terraform state show to find the attributes including public IP address. D. Run Terraform destroy then Terraform apply and look for the IP address in stout. Correct answer, C. Run Terraform state list to find the name of the resource, then Terraform state show to find the attributes including public IP address. Explanation. Terraform state show displays attributes of a specific resource in the state. You can find the IP address without reapplying or destroying. Question 8. Which of the following is not a key principle of infrastructure as code? A. Versioned infrastructure. B. Golden images. C. Idempotence. D. Self-describing infrastructure. Correct answer B. Golden images. Explanation. Golden images are pre-built machine images, not a principle of IAC. IAC emphasizes repeatable, code-based definitions of infrastructure. Question 9. If you manually destroy infrastructure, what is the best practice reflecting this change in Terraform? A. Run Terraform refresh. B. It will happen automatically. C. Manually update the state file. D. Run Terraform import. Correct answer A. Run Terraform refresh. Explanation. Terraform refresh updates the state file to reflect real-world infrastructure. It detects resources no longer present. Question 10. What is not processed when running a Terraform refresh? A. State file. B. Configuration file. C. Credentials. D. Cloud provider. Correct answer B. Configuration file. Explanation. Terraform refresh focuses on syncing state with actual resources. It doesn't reevaluate configuration files. Question 11. What information does the public Terraform module registry automatically expose about published modules? A. Required input variables. B. Optional inputs variables and default values. C. Outputs. D. All of the above. E. None of the above. Correct answer D. All of the above. Explanation. The public registry displays inputs, outputs, and documentation automatically. This helps users understand how to use the module. Question 12. Which of the following is not a valid string function in Terraform? A. Split. B. Join. C. Slice. D. Chomp. Correct answer C. Slice. Explanation. Terraform doesn't have a built-in slice string function. Chomp, split, and join are valid. Question 13. You have provisioned some virtual machines, VMs, on Google Cloud Platform, GCP, using the Cloud Command Line tool. However, you are standardizing with Terraform and want to manage these VMs using Terraform instead. What are the 2 things you must do to achieve this? Choose 2. A. Provision new VMs using Terraform with the same VM names. B. Use the Terraform import command for the existing VMs. C. Write Terraform configuration for the existing VMs. D. Run the Terraform import GCP command. Correct answer, B and C. Use the Terraform import command for the existing VMs. Write Terraform configuration for the existing VMs. Explanation: Terraform requires both a config and Terraform import to begin managing existing resources. Import alone doesn't create configuration files. Question 14. Which 2 steps are required to provision new infrastructure in the Terraform workflow? Choose 2. A. Destroy. B. Apply. C. Import. D. Init. E. Validate. Correct answer, B and D. Apply. Init. Explanation: Terraform init prepares the environment. Terraform apply provisions infrastructure. These are core steps in the workflow. Question 15. Why would you use the Terraform taint command? A. When you want to force Terraform to destroy a resource on the next apply. B. When you want to force Terraform to destroy and recreate a resource on the next apply. C. When you want Terraform to ignore a resource on the next apply. D. When you want Terraform to destroy all the infrastructure in your workspace. Correct answer, B. When you want to force Terraform to destroy and recreate a resource on the next apply. Explanation: Terraform taint forces a resource to be destroyed and recreated. It's useful for troubleshooting or forcing reprovisioning. Question 16. When should you use the force unlock command? A. You see a status message that you cannot acquire the lock. B. You have a high priority change. C. Automatic unlocking failed. D. You apply failed due to a state lock. Correct answer, C. Automatic unlocking failed. Explanation: Use Terraform force unlock when automatic unlock fails. It manually removes the lock on the state. Question 17. Terraform can import modules from a number of sources. Which of the following is not a valid source? A. FTP server. B. GitHub repository. C. Local path. D. Terraform module registry. Correct answer, A. FTP server. Explanation: Terraform does not support importing modules from FTP sources. It supports Git, local paths, and registry sources. Question 18. Which of the following is available only in Terraform Enterprise or Cloud Workspaces and not in Terraform CLI? A. Secure variable storage. B. Support for multiple cloud providers. C. Dry runs with Terraform plan. D. Using the workspace as a data source. Correct answer, A. Secure variable storage. Explanation: Secure variable storage is a Terraform Cloud/Enterprise feature. The CLI does not provide encrypted variable storage natively. Question 19. You have used Terraform to create an ephemeral development environment in the cloud and are now ready to destroy all the infrastructure described by your Terraform configuration. To be safe, you would like to first see all the infrastructure that will be deleted by Terraform. Which command should you use to show all of the resources that will be deleted? Choose 2. A. Run Terraform plan destroy. B. This is not possible. You can only show resources that will be created. C. Run Terraform state rm*. D. Run Terraform destroy and it will first output all the resources that will be deleted before prompting for approval. Correct answer, A and D. Run Terraform plan destroy. Run Terraform destroy and it will first output all the resources that will be deleted before prompting for approval. Explanation. Terraform plan destroy shows what will be removed. Terraform destroy also previews deletions before executing. Question 20. What does the default, local, Terraform backend store? A. Plan files. B. Terraform binary. C. Provider plugins. D. State file. Correct answer D. State file. Explanation. The local backend stores the terraform.state file. This file tracks the current infrastructure state. Question 21. You have multiple team members collaborating on infrastructure as code IAC using Terraform and want to apply formatting standards for readability. How can you format Terraform HCL, HashiCorp configuration language, code according to standard Terraform style convention? A. Run the Terraform FMT command during the code linting phase of your CI/CD process. B. Designate one person in each team to review and format everyone's code. C. Manually apply two spaces indentation and align equal sign, characters in every Terraform file, star.tf. D. Write a shell script to transform Terraform files using tools such as awk, Python, and sed. Correct answer A. Run the Terraform FMT command during the code linting phase of your CI/CD process. Explanation. Terraform FMT auto-formats code to the standard style. It helps maintain consistency across files. Question 22. What value does the Terraform Cloud/Terraform Enterprise private module registry provide over the public Terraform module registry? A. The ability to share modules with public Terraform users and members of Terraform enterprise organizations. B. The ability to tag modules by version or release. C. The ability to restrict modules to members of Terraform Cloud or enterprise organizations. D. The ability to share modules publicly with any user of Terraform. Correct answer, C. The ability to restrict modules to members of Terraform Cloud or enterprise organizations. Explanation. Private registries allow restricted access within organizations. This adds control not available in the public registry. Question 23. Which task does Terraform init not perform? A. Sources all providers present in the configuration and ensures they are downloaded and available locally. B. Connects to the backend. C. Sources any modules and copies the configuration locally. D. Validates all required variables are present. Correct answer D. Validates all required variables are present. Explanation. Terraform init does not validate variable inputs. Validation occurs during planning or applying. Question 24. Which arguments are required when declaring a Terraform variable? A. Type. B. Default. C. Description. D. All of the above. E. None of the above. Correct answer E. None of the above. Explanation. Terraform variables require no mandatory arguments. All arguments like type or description are optional. Question 25. What features does the hosted service Terraform Cloud provide? Choose 2. A. Automated infrastructure deployment visualization. B. Automatic backups. C. Remote state storage. D. A web-based user interface UI. Correct answer, C and D. Remote state storage. A web-based user interface UI. Explanation. Terraform Cloud offers remote state management and a UI. These features help teams collaborate on infrastructure. Question 26. Where does the Terraform local backend store its state? A. In the /tmp directory. B. In the Terraform file. C. In the terraform.state file. D. In the user's terraform.state file. Correct answer, C. In the terraform.state file. Explanation. By default, state is stored in terraform.state. This file resides in the working directory. Question 27. Which option cannot be used to keep secrets out of Terraform configuration files? A. A Terraform provider. B. Environment variables. C. A var flag. D. Secure string. Correct answer D. Secure string. Explanation. There is no secure string concept in Terraform natively. Secrets should be passed via vars or environment variables. Question 28. What is one disadvantage of using dynamic blocks in Terraform? A. They cannot be used to loop through a list of values. B. Dynamic blocks can construct repeatable nested blocks. C. They make configuration harder to read and understand. D. Terraform will run more slowly. Correct answer, C. They make configuration harder to read and understand. Explanation. Dynamic blocks reduce readability and increase complexity. They are useful but should be used judiciously. Question 29. Where in your Terraform configuration do you specify a state backend? A. The Terraform block. B. The resource block. C. The provider block. D. The data source block. Correct answer A. The Terraform block. Explanation. Backends are configured inside the Terraform block. This setup determines where the state is stored. Question 30. Which of these is the best practice to protect sensitive values in state files? A. Blockchain. B. Secure Sockets Layer, SSL. C. Enhanced Remote Backends. D. Signed Terraform Providers. Correct answer, C. Enhanced Remote Backends. Explanation. Enhanced Remote Backends can encrypt and restrict access. This helps secure sensitive state data. Check the description for the PDF download link and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for upcoming episodes. Thank you.